we're looking at equipment damages. So we have the equipment out there working. We're getting the job done. That equipment is earning its keep. At this point, what can go wrong, really? Well, stuff happens. A shiny new excavator is a dented door, and that is going to dip into your profits. It's got to come from somewhere, right, to make that repair. Happens every day to everyone, but is my company doing a great job of mitigating the bad things that can happen? Or do I need to invest in training and maybe additionally in safety to get my damages costs under control? This is a real thing, right? I mean, it is something that it erodes your margins. It gets in that backside and gets in. If you're not keeping track of it, it will make you question, well, how did we go wrong on that job? We bid it well, we did all these things right. Where did we go wrong? Well, let's start tracking damage, right? So easy metric on this way we're looking at doing these is, comparing those total damage dollars to your total man hours. Gives you a pretty simple bit of math and an easy to get a hold of ratio. But the nice thing about this is we look at quite a few of these. It's not always, not sometimes it's not, am I doing the best I can? Is what kind of company do I keep? We'll find in a lot of these that this is one that it's an unfortunate reality, but it's there. But knowing that, what, other people in the same sector as I am, they're doing right about the same, or maybe a little better, a little worse, but at least you're not out there on an island, right? So try that next one. So now that our asset has been working for a while, they're going to need a little TLC in the form of maintenance. So knowing what percent of your work orders are preventative maintenance versus all the other work orders that you may have is a great way to see if you are planning the work and hoping it makes it until or you are to see if you're planning the work versus hoping it makes it till the weekend. It's often things, they break. It's not you expect it never to happen, but it does. But the reality is quite a bit of this can be planned. You can build data sets and start getting predictive analytics in there to see when it's going to happen. So, but knowing they do, grid inspections, effective maintenance practice, they can give you the insight to health of your assets and allow you to control a bit of the chaos. And honestly, it's a great bit of measure to see how preemptive are you. Are you're looking at your maintenance department? Are they keeping a good tabs on what's going on? Are they getting in front of these things as they happen? So, and as you'll find, all these are really quite simple. Highly encourage everybody to go out and download the Excel as you're going to move your way into the comparator and do these things. It gives you some nice tooling and helps you kind of see how these are pulled together with quite a bit more definition than I'm giving you here right now. But really, you're looking at your preventative events versus your others. You're fine, Rich. Go right ahead. Everybody probably read that already, anyways. So looking at the next thing, right? So we've established we've got the equipment running. We're monitoring our idle. We're checking our damages. Now we've got all these preventative things out there and scheduled, but are we completing them on time? It's a bit of a balancing act, right? Too soon and you're throwing money out the window, and doing them too late, and you risk highly expensive, very costly component failures. So trying to hit that right mark, that's a big deal. Just to share a little story from my past on this, very early on in my management career, I had the opportunity to run a fleet for a rouseabout company in Wyoming. In my first week there in discovery and kind of figuring out how they were doing things and whatever else it is, I see this calendar on the wall and inquire a little bit about this. And a lot of credit to the folks that had pulled this together, because they had managed to get 100 plus assets balanced in this calendar. So they all got attention twice a year. And that's how they ran everything, was based on that. A little digging into the actuals and where everything sat on there to kind of see where everything sat. And some of these machines were running 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's over 1,000 hours in that 6-month span. And then other units, are between their oil changes. They're just not getting the attention they need. Most oil changes are done at 250 or 500. And other machines hadn't ran in 2 or 3 years, yet they had fresh oil in them. They got a new set of batteries every 6 months. We were just literally taking money and throwing it out the window. So achieving this compliance, it's low, I would say low hanging fruit. Kind of as I was thinking about this year, it's low hanging fruit that's been picked, peeled, served up on a nice silver platter. It's a very easy win to go after this and then get kind of your compliance in order. And it's a pretty simple task, right? I mean, it's looking at your work orders completed on time, divided by your total overall work orders to give you that, of your preventative work orders to give you that task. So, and we've even went and then gave you definitions in there of what completion looks like. I mean, we want to see it done within 1 week, 10 metered hours, or 100 miles by the odometer of that task being actually due. Not quite as easy as it sounds, but it's very obtainable.